Guys, in this video, we're going to talk about how to dump the data off the DualEM instrument once you've come back from the field. What you need for this process is obviously your DualEM instrument. You need the DualEM cable, which has a DB9. You need some kind of power source to power the instrument. Then you need a serial connection for your PC. Most PC these days don't have a native DB9 serial connection, so we use this USB to serial. And then you need some software called DualEM, which you can get either on the USB that's included with your instrument or download it from the website. So this is all done via a DOS command prompt, which might be something that not everybody is familiar with. So we'll talk about baud rates and COM ports and that type of stuff. And if that stuff is something that's new to you, this video might be useful for you. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our USB into the PC, and then we got to find out what COM port this is assigned. So I'm going to just pop that in like that, and assuming your drivers and everything installs just fine, what you got to do is go into your device manager. So you just go into your command prompt and type device manager, and in here you will see under ports, you can see here it says ports, and it says A10 USB to serial bridge, and it says COM4 after that, so that is important. So let's remember COM4 is our assigned COM port for this USB to serial adapter. And next thing we got to do is connect the two ports up. So we take the one from the DualEM and just push them together. There we go. And then we got to go over to our dump software. So I've created a little folder here. In here we have the DualEM version 1.2.0, and I've also created a little batch file which just makes it easier to run these. So it's a very simple batch file. It's basically just calls the DualEM. You say DualEM 120 space, then you say X means that it dumps an XYZ file in the formatting. So that's something that's very easy to view in Excel, and also very suitable for gridding in Surf or some other gridding software that you might use. Then we need to next specify our COM port, and we were COM4, so I'm actually just going to change this and write COM4. And then we got to specify a baud rate at which we want to dump our data. So the higher you specify this, the more risk you have for some communication error, but also the faster it goes. So I like to start with 115.200, and then we are actually ready to execute this. So I'm gonna just close this down and double click the batch file. And you can see it comes up now and says this will dump the data of the USB of the DualEM instrument. Press any key to continue. And at this stage, I should really have my instrument powered up. So I'm just going to put some power on here. You'll see that we get some LEDs working over here. And at this stage, I can press space, and it gives you a lot of information and text here. It goes through its process, and it failed. I wonder if it couldn't find this COM port, because it seemed like it had a little exclamation mark here. Let's just try another USB port and see how that comes up. Let's go to ports. Actually, it looks a lot better now. So it's now assigned COM port 3. So we're going to go and try that again, but I have to edit this one here now to just, COM3. Oh, okay, maybe I didn't save it before. COM3, that might have been why it didn't work. double click this one. Our instrument is still turned on over here. I'll double click. This will dump the data of the DualEM. Press any key to continue. And let's see if it's successful. It gives you a few cues. The instrument will start flashing a bit as well. So you can see over here, we've got a flashing transmit, which means there's something going on here. And it's now communicating with the sensor, with the DualEM. And it says instrument detected, communicating with an initial baud rate of 38,400. So once it starts dumping data, it will actually speed up. So now it says it's changed the baud rate to 115,200. It's currently dumping the data. So it's going from the internal memory in the DualEM to the folder that where there are upload software sitting. Okay, transfer complete. It's gonna ask, do you want to clear the sensor memory? I don't like to clear my memory until I'm 100% sure I've had a look at the data. So press yes to clear memory, any other key to exit. I'm gonna just press the space bar here. It's powering down the sensor, and now it'll do the conversion to the XYZ file. So it's shutting down the instrument now, and it's going on to the next level, which is transcribing the internal files to an XYZ file. So what it's doing, it's merging the GPS file and the raw data file. So it's asking here, what height was the instrument used when you surveyed? So, you know, I'm just going to say 1 meter because I was kind of sitting at hip height. So I'll just type 1 and press enter. And it's now going to do the transcribe of the data, and actually now it's done here. So what we ended up with now, we had 2 files in here originally. One was the DU upload 120, which is the executable that we just did, and then it has the batch file, which is the one that I just used because it's easy. It's an easy way to call it a DOS executable. But you can see there's 3 other files here. We have this one here, which is a raw file. So this is the raw resistivity data of the unit. We also have one up here, which is called default.gps, and it is a GPS file. So that has all the GPS information. If you go in and have a look at this GPS file view, I don't even know if we can open this. We might have to choose some notepad. There we go. So if anyone familiar with NEMA strings, this is like a straight dump of GPS raw data. It's been taken inside, so there's not that much information in there. What we're really interested in, this one here called default XYZ. So this is our final file that we want to view. So we can go in and have a look at that, and there'll be a lot of information in here. So we'll see a lot of columns here. There's information in each of these columns. Some is relevant for you, some is not. Have a look at the DualEM manual. It describes where you can find your 2 meter horizontal and perpendicular conductivity data and your in-phase data, and then also your GPS data, which looks like it's this stuff over here on the right. Elevation, and I think this number 1 here is your GPS status. So this is the data that you want to take into Surfer and Grid. So anyway, hope you got something out of this. If you got any questions, just send us a link, send us an email, or just type a message below, and we'll try and get back to you as soon as we can. Well, thanks for watching.